Good morning, Mario, and good morning, Switch fans. It's Monster Hunter Rise launch day. I hope you guys are excited. We've got a really great Monster Hunter Rise Pro Controller unboxing and comparison to all the other Pro Controllers to go through. You guys know how much I love my freaking Nintendo Switch limited edition accessories, and this one is glitz and gold, so we gotta check it all out. But what's going on, everybody? Hope you're doing fantastic. If you're new to the channel, this is our awesome Good Morning Mario show where we cover all the latest and greatest from Nintendo. So make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, smash that like button to show some love, and let me know in the comments down below if you're more of a Pro Controller player or a Joy-Con player. Now, a quick few bits before, or actually as we open this up, Monster Hunter Rise was being heavily critiqued for not having a true ending. Well, late last night, they did announce that there is going to be an actual ending coming to the game in their second title update. So that will be their 3.0 update. 2.0 brings in Chameleos and Apex Rathalos and some Hunter rank adjustments, and then 3.0 is what is going to add the true ending to the game, as well as bring more monsters and more quests. So I have a full video on that on the channel already. I'll put a link in the description if you want to check it out. This tape is hard. Nintendo hasn't done a true limited edition Pro Controller in a long time. In fact, this is only the 4th limited edition Pro Controller available for Nintendo Switch. So I've got the Splatoon, Smash, and Xenoblade. We're gonna compare them, but I wanna get this unboxed for you and see what you all think. The Monster Hunter Rise console is also limited edition, but I could not justify another Switch, especially with the prospects of getting, you know, a Switch Pro this year. So I had to pass on that, but I could not pass on the controller. It's just so nice. And like I said, we get these so rarely that I wanted to be in on it and complete my collection. And the glory and gorgeousness is in here. Now, I know this is also your Nintendo news of the day, so I want to give you one more update. Well, two, in fact. One, the Sanrio cards were crazy today. They sold out instantly, then they came back, then people had their orders canceled, then Target was selling them in stores. It was kind of a mess, kind of a disaster. We live streamed it and enjoyed the experience together, the highs and the lows, the fun and the fiasco. Thanks to those of you who joined me. I got one pack. It seems like it was chaotic and crazy. I hope you got yours. If you didn't, I'm super sorry. Remember, Etsy is a great option. I have a video detailing all of that. There's an unboxing on the channel. And an indie game I was really looking forward to, Hoa. It's like gorgeous. It looks like Studio Ghibli, Miyazaki animation. It just got delayed from April to July because everything gets delayed except Monster Hunter Rise. So let's check out this controller. This one is, it's so subtly beautiful. I love how they just emboss everything, embed it right in the face of the controller. It never feels cheap. It feels really well done, like about as well done as you could get it done. This is the Monster Hunter Rise Pro Controller, looking glitzy and gold. You got the arrow accents over the joystick. You got the lovely art on the other half of the Pro Controller. And honestly, it is the most, like I said, subtle, I guess basic you'd call it, but it's not basic because it's also glitzy. It has a real nice shine to it, a real nice sheen. It feels, it's like embedded. I love how they do that. You know, they always make sure that their designs are just so classy. And it's interesting for Nintendo, who typically does things with bright colors, smacks Pikachu's face on top of a 3DS, and then they're really just so great about their Pro Controller design. This is probably the most similar to the basic Pro Controller that we have seen. And I wanted to point out that there's also one other little addition here. You can see alongside the gold, you got the gold 4 arrows. There's also black arrows. You can kind of see them in the reflection, indicating, I guess, like the different directions, which is a nice subtle touch. Doesn't seem to be anything else embedded, but I wanted to compare that to some of the other controllers. Right now, my favorite Pro Controller that I use most frequently is actually the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 controller, which I think is a gorgeous controller with the green slash. You got the red handles, and it does have a red back. It's just a really beautiful color of red. It's like a nice raspberry almost. I love this aesthetic. I love the color. And then it retains the like black see-through gray front faceplate, which is similar to the Monster Hunter gray faceplate, although the handles on the Monster Hunter controller obviously are the OG color, maintaining the black. Now, we also have the Splatoon 2, which is also a phenomenal controller. And here they get away with a lot of great art design that you could miss at first glance. You can see there's a lot of Splatoon iconography and logos and stuff embedded in the black faceplate, and they're just so subtle. They even have them on the back. There's some splats on the back that you can see in the reflection. Such a great controller with the green handle and the pink handle to match the Joy-Con. And then last but not least, we have the Smash Brothers Pro Controller, which is again subtle, but has a really nice design. And it's got the Smash Ball, Smash logo, the white handles, they do wrap around to the back. And then the faceplate is the same see-through black, and it's got this very slight silvery overlay on it. So when we look at them all, now that we have them all here, let's see, I got small hands. We've got them all. We've got Smash, Xenoblade, Monster Hunter Rise, and Splatoon. And if I had to rank these, honestly, like no shame to Smash Bros, but Smash Bros is probably my least favorite, just because it's so basic and because even though like you and I know this is the Smash Ball, it kind of just looks like I threw like a word art on there, like a Microsoft Paint. So that's probably fourth. It's still a nice controller. I still love and I like all of them, honestly. I respect the color scheme. It is hard for me to say that the Monster Hunter Rise one is better than the Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Now, I like Monster Hunter Rise, I think, better than Xenoblade Chronicles 2, but I think the fact that they decided to go with the uniquely colored handles and the backplate is better. I do like the gold, and I think that if you're more of a subtle player, if you're someone who prefers, say, the gray Joy-Con over the neon colored Joy-Con, if you want something that just has a nice little accent and isn't over the top, like this is the cream of the crop. This is beautiful. It's amazing. It's fantastic. Magnamalo looking so great, and it's just really, really nice. But for me, as more of a colorful fanatic, this is not my favorite Pro Controller. I was expecting it might be, but I guess at the end of the day, I would prefer having the different colored handles, the little grips. I just like that. I like that they kind of painted this one to be very unique. And even in comparison to the Splatoon, which might be, you know, it's again very comparable, where it has the black faceplate with some embedded designs that I do really like. You know, if I look at these, it's like I can't even really see the designs. You have to look very up close, but they're really cool. And this one's all handle, this one's all faceplate. And this one is still my favorite because it mixes it all beautifully. It's got subtle accents on the faceplate. And you can see, like, not only is there the green, if I get up close, you can see not only the green, but there's also some embedded artwork here. You can see the reflection, a nice stripe to kind of complete the design and add a little bit more. It's just so well made, and it merges everything perfectly, I think, in terms of coloring the handles with a unique color. It's not too in your face, it's not too bright, it's just really nice. Solid design in the front. It is clearly Xenoblade without screaming Xenoblade. And I'll give Monster Hunter Rise props for that as well. It is clearly Monster Hunter, but it doesn't scream Monster Hunter. Like, you know, it's not just like a big logo. I feel like too often they just slap the logo on. Sony started off doing some great PS4 stuff, but after a while, it's like, throw the logo on there. And it just looked kind of tacky. I love that Nintendo has gone with a unique look. And I do really like this. Like, don't get me wrong, I love the Pro Controllers. It's my favorite way to play. I use them every single day, whether it's Animal Crossing, Mario 3D World, Monster Hunter Rise, phenomenal. But this is a very great Pro Controller. It is not my personal favorite Pro Controller, but I still would give it like a solid 8 out of 10. And I know a lot of you Monster Hunter fanatics are really wanting this one, and I hope you were able to get one, or can still maybe possibly someday somehow get one. Pro Controllers, they go for a lot. Once the limited edition is gone, Nintendo doesn't really put them back in stock. So we'll have to wait and see. Maybe a Zelda Pro Controller later in the year? Something like that for the anniversary? That would definitely be super neat. Now, I know this is an unboxing video, but our daily show would not be complete without the fan poll, so let's dive in. I post these every evening on the community tab, so if you want, subscribe, turn your notifications on, and you can be a part of our conversation each and every Good Morning Mario. Today's poll is about handheld versus docked play. I asked, how often do you play Switch handheld versus docked? And this huge sneeze came over me. Whew. The results were interesting, okay? I like them a lot. It's really interesting, and it basically, it's just such a nice mix. So the winner was 30% said 75% handheld and 25% docked. A lot of you loving to play in bed, play on the go, using that portability, but still maintaining some TV usage for the games that deserve it, or when you have the freedom, the time to make it happen. Next up was actually 100% handheld, 25%, which I thought was interesting. Now, this could be because Switch Lite is always handheld, so if you have a Switch Lite, like, you have to click that one. But I do know a lot of you play Animal Crossing on the go. Even Monster Hunter Rise looks great on the portable Switch. So that makes sense to me. My category was 75% docked, 25% handheld, and that still had a big percentage, 23%, very close, right? The top three answers were all close. And then 50-50 was 14%, and 100% docked was 8%. It's so cool and interesting and just fun to know that Nintendo converted their home console business into a hybrid handheld that leans more handheld than home console, as evidenced by our poll. A ton of votes, and only 8% of you use this as a TV-only console. So kudos to Nintendo for creating something awesome, and kudos to you guys for participating. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Smash that like button if you had fun with me today. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of this glitz gold, but simple, subtle, and beautiful. Almost dropped it on the floor. Monster Hunter Rise Pro Controller. Love this guy a lot. Love the Pro Controllers. Xenoblade Chronicles 2, though, still holding down the fort as my favorite Pro Controller on Nintendo Switch. Love to hear from you guys in the comments. I'll see you all soon. It is Friday, so enjoy your weekend. Good Morning Mario returns on Monday, but lots of fun videos coming your way in the coming days. Thank you for being a part of it. Thanks for supporting. I love you guys a lot. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy out there. Until next time, SwitchForce out.